Hello, welcome back to Kothcast, the show where we talk about anything and everything. Today's guest is Ryogen.
What's up? My name is Ryogen, the legend himself. How you doing, my man?
All right. So, as usual, I want to give you a chance to kind of introduce yourself to my audience, Ryogen, and tell us, who you are, what you do.
All right, so I started off as a Minecraft YouTuber back in the day.
Oh boy.
Great time. I loved it. Even on the Ryogen channel, I got some privated stuff that is not allowed to be seen anymore when I sound like a little 5-year-old. But I'm the guy that made the Amores video that got a lot of views, and then for some reason, people started watching my channel. So that's
Okay.
who I am.
Oh, so you're one of the first people to make a Let's Play of Amorous?
I was the one that made it in the most like abysmal way that was funny enough for people to watch.
What do you mean by abysmal?
Like I didn't really play the game seriously. I just took the game as a total joke, and
Mm-hmm.
I just cracked jokes left and right to see how many times I could basically make people laugh in the game when it's like a game about intimacy. So I tried to kind of flip flop the game from intimacy to comedy in a way.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's certainly fun. I did that kind of on Angels with Scaly Wings. Just kind of made everything into a sex joke. I mean, even though
Whoa.
you can actually fuck the dragons in that game, so I guess it's not really.
Excuse me, sir. This is a Christian podcast. I thought I could
Oh, I
put that
forgot.
here.
YouTube is a Christian site now. We
Yes.
can't say naughty words.
Yeah. No nos. Nowhere. That's not allowed.
So, now you were doing a lot of YouTube videos before, and now you mostly just do streaming, right?
Yes. I don't really do that much right now because I've been trapped in college work, and it kind
Mm-hmm.
of pisses me off because I wanted to create content, but I got all this other crap to do.
Oh yeah,
But
that
you
sucks.
know,
What are you going
yeah.
to college for?
I'm actually in college for media production in CU Boulder.
Media
Like,
production. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. You could be like a professional YouTuber or something.
Excuse me, that's not a job. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do want to try to run a YouTube channel, but worst comes to worst, I work in radio and I
Oh
do a
yeah, I mean
podcast there.
that's yeah, that's good. You could do
Yeah,
your little podcast. Oh, maybe you could have me on a radio one day.
I would like to do that actually.
That'd
Why
be
not,
fun.
man? Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be lit. FM radio.
FM radio. Yep. I went to college for about 2 years, but I kind of found it boring, so I stopped.
I'm trying to make the best of it right now. I'm trying
Uh-huh.
to make a lot of friends. I'm just trying to knock out my classes. One of my lectures is like it's this class about like how to talk to people or something and like how to tell a story. I'm like I already know how to do this in my own way, but
Mm-hmm.
they're giving me all these fundamental things to know how to do it professionally when like I could care less about that class and I have a 65 right now and I do need a 70 to pass it and I could really care less about that class but I need that credit. So it's kind of that like win-lose situation. Like I don't have to care about it and I can go do dumb shit in college or I can care about it and get through that crap.
Yeah.
That's beef with college.
With classes like that, it's the same thing as art. A lot of artists are like, I don't want to take art classes because I do things in my own style. But like the thing is that I found is you it's good to learn other people's styles, right?
True.
E-
Yeah.
yeah, because you can do your own style, but you can make your own style even better by taking things you like from other people's styles.
True, and that's how most creators do it now. Like I take off a Casey Neistat, my man right there, Daddy Casey. Um, you know so yeah, like college is in fact helping me with many things, like
Hmm.
teaching me new things. I'll be $500,000 in debt, but at least I have my major in lesbian dance theory.
Yeah, lesbian dance theory. Yeah, help you get a job. Well, who knows?
Fuck.
With the way things are going, lesbian dance theory might be a useful degree.
I might be making millions and living in a house because of lesbian dance theory, man.
Yeah, almost as useful as the
Gender
underwater BB
studies.
stacking degree.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like how cuddling is a sport now.
Cuddling, professional cuddling, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I get so upset. Like, I don't, I didn't care about sports much beforehand.
Same.
With everyone's into football, especially around here. Everyone's like a hardcore Redskins fan. We have like stores that are Redskin stores, and it's like everything you could imagine with the Redskins logo on it.
Oh my
But
God.
I know it's super weird. But the thing is, like football, I might even watch it if it weren't so that like it's just like professional cuddling now. Like I don't know how long ago it was where you could like actually like tackle people and not have all these rules. Like you can't hold them, you can't like touch them in certain ways, you can't like pull them down, you can't like do anything. And it's like why are there so many fucking rules? Just tackle them. Just like if they
Yeah,
get brain injuries, just that's part of the game.
yeah, it's probably the most dangerous sport you can possibly play.
Yeah,
Second
it's
to professional cuddling,
a
which is now
professional
an S,
cuddling.
which is considered an escort,
A what?
and it's like an escort business. Like you hire people to touch you and feel you pretty much, and there's like cuddle tour guides where like they cuddle you while you go on a city tour.
Oh my God, I
I'm
thought you were
like, what the
joking,
fuck?
but this
I'm
is an
not
actual thing.
joking.
This is an
I
actual
was
thing, professional cuddling.
Yeah, yeah, I was talking about it
Oh
with
my
my
God.
friends last night. Totally like, what, to like on like a lot of weed, and we were just talking about cuddling, professional cuddling, and it was the funniest thing I have ever heard in my entire life.
Professional cuddling. Wow.
God.
Yeah, the whole escort thing is kind of funny too. Like, oh yeah, um, as long as you don't pay directly for the sex, I guess, or like people who make pornos, right? Like it's illegal
Yeah.
to pay someone to fuck you, um, like in general. But if you make a porno, which is basically just record what you're doing, then it's perfectly legal.
Yeah, I mean, most people pay Apple to fuck them, and that's not illegal. I mean, come on.
Apple to fuck them, I guess. So I take it you're not a fan of Apple products then.
Not really. I've had my beef with Apple.
Hmm.
I've,
Like
I've
what specifically? I've never owned an Apple product, so I can't really say anything about it. But
Okay, let me tell you, the customer service is crappy. I
hmm.
remember when my credit card got banned from the Apple store because Apple wouldn't refund a product that didn't work on their store, so I called American Express like a normal human being would do.
Hmm.
And after that, I tried buying more things on the Apple store, but they banned my credit card. So I called Apple support and got to the head of iTunes. I got to the head of iTunes, and she's like, I'm so sorry, I can't do anything about it. Here's 5 song credits for your account. I'm like, what am I gonna do with song credits? I use Spotify. Screw
Hmm.
off. But like, and also like their batteries die fast, planned obsolescence or whatever it's called,
Hmm.
and things like that. But and just I don't like their operating system. It's too basic. I want something that I can customize. So that's my
Right.
main beef.
Yeah. I just like I see the Apple laptops and they're just really overpriced, and
Yeah,
I
true.
feel they're overpriced and they don't. They're like super thin a lot of the time. And I'm like, I can't imagine that there's anything in there that's actually good if it's like
No,
paper thin.
it's got like an Intel Atom in it or something.
Tell Adam. Um, what but it's weird because I guess maybe because it's bad and is more expensive, it's become like the hipster like product of choice.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know how people choose these things, but yeah, that's what it seems like.
Well, people are gonna follow a brand, and they mostly sell their products because of the brand.
Hmm.
So that's how they make money. Oh, the new iPhone X came out. In 2 months, the iPhone fucking 11 is gonna come out, and you've already spent like the entire price of your kidney for like the
Oh
iPhone
my
X.
God, yeah, the people are so fucking weird about iPhones. When a new iPhone comes out, they line up in front of the store for days to get a fucking like what even is it? It's just a smartphone. Is that even different than the last model?
It's really not. It's like there's one more megapixel on this camera. Holy moly!
Yeah, what like
Whoa.
I don't even know what's different. There are people I saw people with pictures of them like coming out of the iPhone store or whatever on release day, and the post on their like Facebook or whatever with that picture was like, oh, it's been my lifelong dream to be one of the first people to get a new iPhone or some shit
Oh
like
my
that. It's
god.
like, what?
Sheep. They're sheep.
They're sheep, I guess. God, it's so fucking weird. Like I can, people call it weird when you sit outside of a movie theater for a couple of days, but I can even kind of understand that. Like at least watching a movie
It's
is
more fulfilling than buying an iPhone.
I would imagine so. It's like at least watching a movie is like a thing. It's like an experience. Like how is
Yeah.
buying an iPhone an experience? You walk in the store, you pay for it, now you have it.
Well, it's
You
like,
feel good
who fucking
for
cares?
20 minutes until you realize that everyone else in the world has one too.
It's
I
like,
mean,
why? Exactly. Like, the only person that really is famous for buying the first iPhone is Casey Neistat because he bought the first ever created iPhone that was available for sale to the world. It's the first fucking person in the line. The definition of a sheep, but that was back when it was cool.
wait, so is that why he's famous?
No, he's mostly famous because, well, he's like the pinnacle of vlogging, and
Okay.
like I tried vlogging, and
Yeah,
it was terrible.
that's the Casey Neistat's the guy with the kind of like troll face going on.
He looks like a caveman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that guy who was like seven fucking seven boosted boards or something.
Boosted boards.
Yeah, like electric skateboards.
What the
You've
fuck?
never.
No, I've
Yeah,
never heard of this. I've heard of like hoverboards. Is that what you're talking about?
no, no, I have a fully electric longboard too that I ride on campus.
Oh.
Goes
Is it
25 miles an hour, and it's the most dangerous thing I've ever ridden in my life.
25 miles an hour on a skateboard? Jesus Christ.
Costs more than an iPhone too.
Does it have a lithium battery? I mean, it
Yeah,
must, right? So those things are like prone to explode, right?
not really. There were problems in the past with them where they did a
Uh-huh.
full recall and held them back for a year and fixed all the issues.
Oh,
Where
okay.
like so now like they're like encased in like 4 layers of steel and shit
Okay.
for like
Uh,
that extra protection because that's a pretty big battery.
yeah, yeah. Wow, I can't imagine electric skateboard that goes 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, the fucking jeans I'm wearing right now have more tears than problems with the U.S. government. I mean, it's kind of fucked up.
Do, do you ever, when you're riding that thing around, do you ever just like wipe out in front of everybody?
Yeah, I wiped out in front of everyone and I went sliding. I slid like at least 300 feet.
Did everyone laugh at you?
No, everyone ran up and helped me.
Oh,
And
humans.
then this one bitch was laughing at me, and then I'm like,
Uh,
go fuck yourself, buddy. Screw you.
that's interesting.
Oh yeah.
For a while I wanted to get like a moped, but then people said that those were super dorky, so I was like, oh, maybe not.
I mean, mopeds are pretty dank. I could rip that around with a biker gang.
I mean, you can ride a moped on it's street legal, right? So,
Yeah, it is.
and they're like cheap compared to like a motorcycle or a car, so
Most definitely.
like why the fuck not?
I mean, I would much rather drive a car on the street, but
Hmm.
because I do have a car, but it's not here. It's in this whole other place, like 4 hours away, because I
Hmm.
couldn't afford a parking spot at campus, and like everyone took one. Bunch of nerds with their cars.
Yeah.
God, I wish that were me.
So you
But
just drive your
I
boosted
boosted.
board
Yep.
to school
Well,
from your house?
I ride it from my dorm to all of my classes.
Oh wow. All right. Well, I mean that's one way to get around campus. That's
Oh, it
pretty
is.
pretty good, I guess.
But when winter hits, I got a bike, so I'll be able to ride a bike.
Okay. Yeah,
Fine.
I wish I could ride a bike around here. Like I live in a small town, um, and everything's within like every store that I could want to go to is within like 2 miles of my house. But the
Perfect.
problem is, everyone here, since it's Virginia, the drivers are like retarded or something. So I cannot ride my bike on the main road. It is a complete death trap. People drive that road. Fuck, my dad drives on that road at like 80 miles an hour. You know, it's a 30, and they drive 80 miles an hour, and it's super windy, and the really like thin lanes, no bike lane, no sidewalk. So it's just
Oh my lord.
it would just be instant death, and it really sucks because I would like to ride a bike places because I would be like some exercise, right? And two
Oh yeah.
miles is like, well, like 2 miles there and 2 miles back. Like if I did that like once a day or even like once a week, it'd be
Gotta
better
get
than anything I'm doing now.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm from Florida, so I totally feel the whole driving experience. Uh,
Hmm.
um, because I was on in Florida for Thanksgiving, and these fucking people, ever since I've been there in high school, like something happened to them. Like like people cut you off left and right, and people get out of their cars and start running at your car if you cut them
Oh
off.
God.
Like I'm a bad driver,
Uh-huh.
but I know how to drive shitty in the proper way.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I just drive like super defensively. I go too
Same.
slow. I don't I don't get into spots if there's hardly any room,
I'm
you
totally.
know. And so it's like people call me a bad driver, but it's like, okay, well, I've been in zero wrecks throughout the entirety of my life. Like, how many have you been in?
I've been in two.
No, I'm not. I mean, like, not you, but I mean, like,
Uh,
in general, like people who call
yeah.
me a bad driver for going too slow, or they say that, oh, going too slow causes more wrecks than going too fast. Like, oh, fuck, that's bullshit. Like, how does how does driving going slower, right? Like, even if that were true, I seriously doubt that going slower causes worse wrecks than going fast.
They actually surprisingly do. In some states, it's totally illegal to drive 10 miles or 5 miles under the speed limit because on the highways, people drive fast. And when people ram into a slow car
Hmm.
from rear, front, side, it can be a lot worse than running into someone at high speeds because
Uh,
most
no,
of the
no, it
high
can't.
speed crashes, most high speed crashes come from going in the same direction. And a lot
Yeah.
of the lower speed crashes come from collision directly from one side to another in opposite directions. And
How?
that can really fuck people up. I mean, I've gotten into a wreck with someone who's driving too slow because he started slowing down and I was going the speed limit and I
Hmm.
didn't notice that this asshole was going like 10 miles under the speed limit and I plowed right into him. And it was his fault because he was driving too slow.
Yeah, but that's not as bad as if somebody's driving at
What are you
if you
talking
hit
about?
somebody like head on or in the side and you're both going 60 miles an hour, that's like 120 miles per hour of force.
Yes.
Whereas if someone's going 10 miles an hour slower than you in front of you, but they're going 50 and you're going 60, that's only 10 miles an hour of force.
Yes, but it also depends on how focused the person is and how ready the person is. Because if you're more, when you're not ready for something as drastic as a car accident, God forbid you get into one, your body's more prone and more relaxed in that moment than when you're going fast or the speed limit, you're more focused, unless you're fucking texting, which I fucking hate that. But
Uh, I don't know about all of that being focused. I'm pretty sure no one's ready for a car crash because if they
well, I
were,
am.
then they wouldn't
I'm
be
Mr.
wrecked in the
Ready.
first place.
I'm Mr. Ready. But sometimes you can't even avoid it. Sometimes it just happens and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
Like, um, I'm the kind of asshole that goes 130 miles an hour
Hmm.
in a fucking Range Rover. And this Thanksgiving, I was hanging out with some homies. This kid had a riced up Nissan. He thought he was so damn cool with his riced up Nissan, and I had Big Mama's Range Rover, right?
Hmm.
And I raced him on the highway, and I hit 130 miles an hour in a truck, and that was fucking terrifying because when I hit 130, my mom's car started falling apart.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like
mine starts to shake and whistle when I go above 90.
Yeah, her car started ripping apart. She lost her bumper and her fucking windshield wipers and her fucking windshield protectors, all because of my dumbass going 130.
Wow. Maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't have done that.
Yep, I learned my lesson. I mean, I drive a Jeep, and if I do that, if I go high speeds in my Jeep, most of the car's metal, so
Uh-huh.
it's not gonna fall apart. But a lot of her car's plastic, so that is like kind of where it kind of gets worse when your car's mostly plastic and you pay $70,000 for a plastic car. What?
Yeah. No, cars are made out of like tinfoil and glass, so they're not the most durable thing.
No, I mean my car's made totally out of steel,
Hmm.
so it's pretty fucking durable. I've done some fucking stupid shit in a Jeep. Oh my God.
I wish I kind of wish I had a steel framed car, but they're probably more expensive, right?
Yeah, my car costed about $45,000.
Holy fuck, 45,000?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the most expensive car I've ever bought was like 14,000, or no, it was like 16,000, a Toyota Corolla.
Well, me and my dad are really into cars, so we buy a lot of
Hmm.
nice cars. It's kind of like a family thing. They're like our insurance. If one of us gets hurt, we have like a like brand new Mercedes limited edition that we can sell and make some cash. God forbid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Investing in cars.
Yes.
Yeah, around here. What are the gun laws like in Florida?
In Florida,
Hmm.
when you're 18, you can legally buy a gun, but you can't carry. When you're 21, you can legally buy a gun and carry, but you have and open or conceal carry.
Uh-huh.
But like even in Colorado, I could walk into a gun shop right now and buy like I can buy an assault rifle. I can't
Hmm.
buy a pistol because pistols are easier to conceal.
Oh, is it open carry in Colorado too?
Open carry, Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same in Virginia. People invest in guns here pretty much. So everyone has like a huge gun collection
In
because
Pennsylvania, they have that too.
if
People.
if your house burns down and you don't have insurance or your car explodes or whatever, you still have all these guns that are, people. Well, in Virginia, you can buy fully automatic weapons, so that's like $15,000. So
That's a fuck ton of money.
yeah, invest in that.
Really, like I am a proud gun owner myself in Florida. I can't own any. Well, I can own on campus. I can carry on campus, but I'm not 21 to do that yet. On
Okay, well,
campus,
wow, you can carry on campus in
if you're
where
20,
Colorado?
yes, there are about 5 students in my lecture that have open carries, just sitting right there on their fucking side.
Oh yeah, huh?
And
That's
like,
that's interesting. I mean, that's like people talk about gun. Anyway, finish what you were saying.
yeah, I was just gonna say like, in case someone walks in and wants to shoot up the school,
Hmm.
you got about 5 or 6 kids with fully loaded guns pointed right back at that guy.
Yeah,
So you know. But
I mean
then
that.
like I'm making a podcast myself right now, right? It's for
Hmm.
class. It's about gun control. And I interviewed a an expert about it, and I actually totally agree with this statement. It's the fact that bringing guns onto a campus that's littered with alcohol and drugs, it could end up bad. Because if someone incorporates guns into with alcohol at a party or something, or someone brings a gun to a party and they're fucking destroyed, and they pull out their gun to show it off or something, and someone gets shot, that's a problem. Because we're
Right.
talking about a bunch of young adults who are drunk, and it's like the biggest part of their life, college, and
Hmm.
like, oh yeah, I have a gun, check this out, I'm so cool, and they want to make friends, and that can end up in someone getting shot or even killed, and that's not very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Um, but like, if do people really party and get drunk in the dorms? I thought that was more of like a off-campus thing. They usually do that.
Um, I do have parties myself in my
Hmm.
dorm here and there. I do go and I go up to like my second floor and I have like 5 or 6 other friends. We come in, we do shots, and then we play retro games on like a Raspberry Pi or
Hmm.
something. Those are like the on-campus parties. But when you go off campus to the frats and the sororities,
Yeah.
it gets insane. It's absolutely nuts.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I would say is like most of those big parties are happening off campus anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter what the rules for guns are on campus. If
Yeah.
the drugs and alcohol are mostly happening off campus, that's where you'd have to worry anyway, and people are allowed to take their guns to like a private residence or whatever.
Yeah, but there's a lot of drugs and alcohol on campus too. I mean, I have about
Mm.
2 bottles of vodka in my fucking inside of my dorm.
Uh,
It doesn't like it's college. It's like people are gonna do this. It's like when you're 21, you can legally do everything that you've been doing since you were 16.
right.
Like especially in college, like in a place full of like I'm finally free from the shackles of my parents and from high school. I can do what I want, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a pretty touchy topic, guns on campus, but it's a very important topic.
No, I get it. I get both sides of it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, if somebody, somebody wants to
hurt people.
hurt people, then they can just be on campus with their gun, right?
Yeah,
Like they just come there and it'd be normal. But at the same time, if other people have guns and they could like defend, it'd be. I feel like at campuses that allow guns, if somebody did start shooting people, there would be much less deaths than at campuses without guns where no one can
exactly,
defend themselves.
exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, on the other side of that, if no one had guns, then there would be like no gun violence. But I don't know if that's. People are still going to get guns. I
Oh
feel,
yeah, oh yeah,
especially in the U.S. We can't just say no guns because everyone already has guns. There's like 5 guns per American or something. I mean, in Virginia, that's definitely true.
oh yeah.
Everyone has a bunch of guns.
Yeah, it's like no one has the audacity to rob a store because I guarantee about every person in that store has a gun on them.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
especially Walmart. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God, they even sell guns at Walmart. It's fucking
Yeah.
it's hilarious. I
They
absolutely love
have
that. It's funny.
in Virginia. Actually, it was West Virginia. I don't know. It was right on the border. I don't remember. I don't know what the laws are, but anyway, it was in Virginia or West Virginia. I was at this Walmart and there there are people in full camo with rifles with them in the Walmart. It was like super bizarre.
Damn, they go hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go hard to go home. I mean, to
Yeah.
be honest,
Full camo. Yeah, everybody had their two uniforms, either either full camo or like dirty as shit jeans, torn up shirt, and like a destroyed hat from like 1980.
and two kids and a big wife.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, but like when we think about gun laws in the United States, let's actually factor this in with the most recent thing with marijuana and how it's
Hmm.
been legalized in many states.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's like in the Constitution, there are federal laws and then there are state laws, but it says states are allowed to govern themselves. So
Hmm.
even if the United States bans guns and states want to legalize guns, it can be illegal with the United States but legal within that state, just like how marijuana is, just like how the DEA goes and cracks down on marijuana shops, but they're also breaking the state law.
Yeah, it's super fucked up.
It's,
I don't
it's
like
just
that.
weird.
I don't think that federal law should be so intrusive, I guess. We could
Yeah,
have like general things like, hey, killing is bad,
exactly. No kill, please.
stealing is bad, but like, yeah, pretty much anything else, anything that, I mean, even that, states are still going to have laws like
Oh
murder
yeah.
is wrong, so we don't even need the federal police really, like for what? I guess they should really only be involved in like multi-state affairs.
Yeah,
Like if
but
there's
like
somebody who's committing crimes across several different states, that's when the federal police should get involved. But
yeah,
they don't.
exactly.
They'll like you said, they'll come into a state where it's legal to sell marijuana and like bust the people working there. Because it's federally illegal. It's like
It's so fucking stupid.
yeah, it's super fucked up.
Like it's either have one set of laws and the the country in general shouldn't be intruding on state laws, especially when they've been majority legalized. You know,
Hmm.
it's just kind of fucked up.
Yeah. The really fucked up part is that DC, it's like DC isn't technically a state. So
Yeah,
they can do whatever they want, and that's all that's where all the politicians live. So basically, they have different laws than everybody else. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and it's I hate that. I absolutely hate that fucking DC.
it's so fucked. It's like I'm a drone guy and I can't fly my drone in DC, and I'm kind of pissed about that.
Your drone?
Yeah, I can't fly my drone in DC. I'm pissed. I'm a
Okay.
filmmaker and I want to make a sick film about DC. It's like, no, you can't get aerial shots because we're gonna think that your little 4K camera is gonna shoot a nuke. Like,
Uh huh.
it's like the fuck. It's like
Right.
I'm not gonna cause any harm. I might run into a building by accident, but what is that gonna do? You know?
Right. Things made of plastic, basically.
Yeah, it's just all plastic. It's like a DJI Mavic, and it's fucking harmless.
Hmm.
Exactly. It's like so fucked. It's like I just wish that they were considered a state, so like they couldn't do whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
Yeah, I think they probably would anyway, though, because they they could have whatever state laws they wanted, and they control the federal government anyway. So then the federal government wouldn't, or federal police, I should say, wouldn't do anything to them
Hmm. It's
if
like
they.
it's like lawyer up and grow some balls, DC.
No, that's the thing. We think that everything is. I don't know. I probably shouldn't start talking about the tyranny of the government because I don't know that much about it. But
Not too hard.
it just feels like they can do whatever they want. And the way that they keep us placated is by giving us like kind of the bare minimum of what we want instead of just giving us what we need and we're
Hmm.
like, in kind of a shit situation. They give us a little bit of what we want and that keeps us, under control.
Yeah. I mean, that's all
Like
that a human really needs.
right, a little, yeah, the stuff they need, and then a little bit of what they want, and that's
Perfect.
how you control a yeah. So they get away, they get away with kind of the bare minimum. And I just feel like they could be worse. They could be malevolent and just give us barely what we even need to survive. So I guess I have to be kind of thankful
Yeah.
for that they seem more benevolent in that regard. But I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that I'm angry about things, and I don't know a lot about them.
You're just an angry dragon who doesn't
Just
really
an
know
angry dragon. Yeah.
that. Oh, jeez. So I do want to ask you something.
Uh
Um, since it's like I'm now interviewing you or something, I'm fucking.
huh.
um,
Well, whatever.
what are your views on marijuana? That's my question.
I think that it should be legal. It's something that isn't really harmful. At least it doesn't seem so. I haven't seen much evidence for anything other than like basically smoke inhalation is bad for you. Okay,
Yeah,
obviously.
obviously.
Um, Long-term effects of marijuana can kind of like decrease memory, shit like that. But it's not really harmful. It's not harmful in the same way that
Cigarettes are, crack is, things like that.
prescription. I was going to say prescription drugs. Yeah,
I was
not
saying
not
crack.
not nearly as harmful as cigarettes or alcohol, that's for sure,
Oh, true.
and not as harmful as some prescription drugs. I mean, prescription drugs are the same as like street drugs. It's just they're
They're
legal.
and controlled heavily to the best of their ability. It's like,
I meant like yeah, I meant like the makeup. I like what is it? Adderall is basically just speed, right?
yeah, pretty much. It's like Xanax and shit. That shit messes people up. Rip Little Peep for that one.
Yeah, any oxycontin kind of deals. What is it? Opiates.
Yeah.
Right, opium is illegal, but if you put it in a prescription drug, then that's fine, even though it has the same effect. People getting addicted to it and feeling pain and depression if they don't take it.
We're pretty much feeding people hard drugs.
Yeah,
It's kind of fucked.
so and they're super expensive because they're controlled by the government. So
Yep.
it's
Whenever
like that.
something is controlled by the government, it's fucking tax as shit.
I think that I mean this is my view, and I don't know a lot about it, but I don't know a lot about every single drug, right? So there's probably some exceptions, but I think that any drug that you smoke should be legal. I don't like drugs that you inject because
Oh yeah, no, no.
I, I feel like they're just way more dangerous.
Yeah, not only with it's like the transmission of STDs when you think about injection drugs, etc.
Hmm.
Because people get AIDS and HIV from injecting heroin because they're
Hmm.
sharing needles. It's a biohazard. Like,
Well, yeah, yeah. Not only the needles, but I just mean the drugs themselves are going to be are.
uh,
I feel like from the limited research I've done that they're just so much more dangerous that maybe we shouldn't that shouldn't be allowed. But then again, I kind of feel like people should just be able to do whatever they want. If they want to inject themselves with some shit that kills them, then
that's their
that's
choice.
their right. Yeah, that's their right to die basically. Um, that's what I feel. But
Yep.
the government, they don't want to look bad on with national
Oh,
statistics,
true.
right? They don't want to say like, oh, we have all this drug-related death. It's like a pissing contest with the rest of the nations in the world to see who can have the best country, even at the cost of personal freedoms of the citizens.
I mean,
Hmm.
when you think about it, countries are also a business. Everything's a business now.
Right.
Even colleges, like it's so sad how like I came here to succeed in life and they're making me pay for required classes.
Oh, I hate that shit. Yeah, pay for required classes that you don't need because they're basically just high school shit again.
Yeah,
Um, and are just as expensive. Yeah, it's weird that college costs a bunch of money and in the U.S. because uh, the key to having a successful, productive population is having an educated population.
true.
This whole college thing should be free and it should be like kind of pushed on us more, I
Yeah,
guess.
it should be more encouraged. It shouldn't be forced, but it should be encouraged. You know?
Encouraged, yeah, it should be encouraged. And if we, but there's problems with that. Obviously, it's one of the reasons why we don't do it with just money involved. But if there was less, I don't know. It just feels like so medical school, right? Super expensive.
Oh yeah.
But if it was free, we would have more doctors, more people able to do it. And if we had more doctors, then maybe doctor bills wouldn't be so high because there would be more people able to do it. It wouldn't be such a specialized thing,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. The more doctors, the more people are doing it, the cheaper it is usually. But but then when you think about it, we still have to pay for the expense of using the drugs that they give us, shots, injections, things like that. That's what
Well,
brings up the price too.
a lot of those drugs, they don't cost anything to make.
Really?
It's just that yeah, they don't cost anything to make. That's why they're free in every other country. But they do have a high cost of research, basically. Like
Yeah.
somebody has to put in a bunch of time to research them and test them and everything. Now that's what's expensive, and then they kind of pay through that by making the drugs themselves expensive.
Yeah.
And then other countries, they just kind of take drugs that already exist, that were made in other that were tested in other countries, and then they can sell them really cheaply
Uh-huh.
because it didn't cost them anything. All they have to pay for is production costs, which, like I said, isn't expensive, for the most part.
The reason why most research for drugs is expensive is mostly the human testing.
Right. I don't know how it breaks down, but I mean that sounds like it would be expensive.
Yeah, because you got to pay like at least 10 people like $6,000 each to run those tests on them.
I mean that's not going to be that much. I think it's more.
Yeah, but then when you think about
Uh,
hiring too,
yeah,
it's
you have
like,
to. That's the
yeah,
thing. You have to hire scientists
yeah,
to research this shit and test it. Sometimes it takes years and years. So scientist payroll for a couple of years, plus the cost of testing. The cost of testing is more than just paying people to show up. It's paying them because if your drug fucks them up, then you have to pay
you
for
know,
that
yeah,
too.
pay for their like entire medical expenses, or even their funeral if it really, really
The
fucks up.
funeral, yeah, and pay the family on top of that.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes you have to create specialized equipment to, I don't know, do certain things. I would imagine.
yeah, you
So
definitely.
yeah, so the price is just high for research and development of these drugs. And it's kind of shitty though. I say that like maybe it should be free for college and all these things, but then everything would be regulated by the government instead of private
Yeah,
businesses.
yeah,
And if we have everything regulated by the government, that usually ends up being lower quality than when we have private businesses.
running
But I
things.
guess we could have both, right? We could have government-funded schools, which we kind of do in the form of community colleges, but
Yeah,
those suck. Well, that's my point, though. Yeah, those suck. So there you go. There's your free school. It blows. We could have it sort of similar to, I guess, how the whole new healthcare system works, which is actually no, how it was proposed to work is that you can get on like government healthcare, or you can get on like use your own private doctor, but it would cost more. But I just think in actuality how it works is that you just use a doctor that you pick, or you use a healthcare plan that you pick, and also you're legally required to have healthcare now. So basically, it doesn't doesn't help anyone really. Just costs people who can't afford it still more money.
yeah.
That's why I hate the new healthcare system.
I'm not a big fan either.
Mm.
It's just kind of fucking people over. But it was done in good intention, but it didn't work as planned.
I don't know if anything from the government is done in good intention. I think it's done in
Business
a
aspect.
self-serving intention and yeah, business, sure.
Yeah, but like my whole view on the good intention behind it was that everyone gets health care, but then it kind of fucked
Hmm.
up. It just cost people more fucking money.
I don't know. Who can say? I mean, it could have been the Congress who basically, in order to pass the new healthcare plan, they had to get it past Congress, and who knows how many compromises had to be made. And that's why when new laws are established, they often are terrible and aren't at
Yeah.
all what they were proposed to be because they had to make all these compromises to get past Congress.
Yeah, and that's what happens a lot. But like unless like you're a president where the House and the Senate are for you, you know,
Hmm.
that's a whole different story. But with from what I've heard, I'm not a big politics guy, but I
Hmm.
know a little bit. And from what I've heard from my dad, because he's really into it, is that the reason why Obama wasn't considered an amazing president was because the majority of the House and Senate were against him, and he couldn't do fucking anything.
Yeah, no, I've heard that too, and
Yeah.
that's that's likely. Almost, it seems like almost every president has that same problem though.
What about Trump doesn't have that problem? I mean, the majority of the House and Senate are for him. It's fucking scary.
I don't think so.
Really?
Even though if they're his same political party, they don't like him.
Huh.
Yeah, no, I mean that's yeah. Nobody expected Trump to win in the first place. His own party was against him, and still is. But I don't know. What has Trump done? What has he actually accomplished?
He makes some pretty good memes. I'll tell you that.
Makes pretty good memes. Yeah,
It's
his tweets are funny,
oh
so that's
yeah,
for sure.
Covfefe.
He ended the transnational something or other trade agreement or some shit. I don't know.
Uh-huh. I don't know what that is because I'm not a big
I don't know
guy
what it is
either.
either. But
I'm
it was. I remember reading about it. It was a big deal. I didn't like actually know what it was because making YouTube videos about dragon dicks. So
I mean, it's a great field to be in. Not gonna lie. Making videos about dragon dicks. I mean, I would want to be in that field. I'm making videos about dog dicks, but
oh my god.
I don't know. It's just fun. It's just fun to make content for YouTube,
Hmm.
I'd say. Well, I just wish I just wish I could do it more, you know? Things like
What did honestly, I didn't watch a lot of your videos. Or it's more that I did watch them, but it's been a long time, and I
yeah.
watched so many YouTube videos I can't keep track of like who's who. So what were your videos mostly about when you were making them?
It was mostly just about furry topics. I made a commentary video about like furry porn,
Hmm.
and um, I made a lot of I made two episodes of Amoris, which the first one was a lot better.
Oh, that's
To
right.
be
You talked
honest, it
about
was
that.
so much better. Um,
Hmm.
and I did a lot. Well, I'm trying now. What I'm trying to do is to make gaming videos too. And but people are seeming to gravitate towards me doing commentary.
Hmm. Commentary on what?
It's like whatever topics are suggested and crap like that.
Hmm.
I've tried doing more politically correct videos, like talking about social media, but that didn't go
Hmm.
well. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not putting in all that effort just to get nothing out of it.
When you talk about politically correct videos, you're saying about political correctness?
No, it's more about like I'm not talking about like very edgy shit like porn and things like that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking more about like why social media is damaging but also a benefit to society and things like that.
Yeah. Well, you need to if you want the views, you got to make controversial videos. They
Yeah,
can't be completely politically correct. You got to
true.
be like politically correct enough to not drive away the liberals, but still kind of controversial to where everybody is interested.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a couple of like when I make videos, I have opinions about things, but having tact matters. Being able to word things in a way that doesn't drive away either side. So you can drive away the conservatives by being too liberal. You can drive away the liberals by being too
but
conservative.
if you're not biased.
So you have to yeah, exactly. You have to make videos that are non-biased, or at least just present the facts, and then say like, okay, here are the facts, and then say but this is my opinion on them.
Like Philip
And
DeFranco.
even
When I'm talking about Philip DeFranco, that guy.
I don't even I've definitely heard his name, but I don't watch him or really know who he is.
He's pretty good. He's like a news guy. He does exactly what you said, states the facts and then says his opinions.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I know his face now. Yeah, he has a I know his
He has like a
I
baby
can
face.
I know his face now that you mention it. Yeah. So there's a way to do it. You have to be controversial, but you can't be too. Make a video about a controversial topic. The main thing is to getting clicks, right?
Yeah,
You got to make that thumbnail and that title be like
attractive.
like one of my most popular videos is called "The Truth About Yif," right? Like it
Ooh,
doesn't matter
yeah.
if you're a furry or non-furry. When you see that, you're like, oh, this
Hmm.
this is juicy.
I literally named one of my videos Furry Yif, and
Right?
it got like 66,000 views.
Exactly. See,
I
that's
was,
what you got to do.
yeah, like you have to really think about it as if everyone else who's looking at that video is you, and you're like, would
Hmm.
I click that video?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do I want to
Exactly.
take 10 minutes out of my day to watch this content?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for that, the shorter videos usually are better because if somebody clicks on a video about something and it's like half an hour long, they don't want to watch it. But if it's like 15 minutes, maybe
Yeah.
they'll be like, okay, I can stand to pay attention to something for 15
Yeah,
minutes.
true. True. It's like how when I look at my podcast analytics, it's like I watch the viewer retention. It goes from like the first 15 minutes are up there, and then as it goes on, it just starts dropping, and then like by like 30 minutes, it just starts plummeting.
Yeah, I like the people who, speaking of viewer retention, I like the people who post mean comments like 2 minutes after the video comes out, even though the video
Uh,
is like 15 minutes long. Like, oh yeah, okay, you watched the video, huh?
yeah, totally watch the entire fucking video, 100%.
Yeah,
Would you watch it
I've
on
had
times 100 speed?
Yeah, I've had people comment on my videos about things that were like I talked about in the first like couple of minutes, but they post about it based on the title of the video.
Oh my.
So it's like, okay, so you're good at paying attention to things, right?
Yeah,
Basic language comprehension.
it's like I make it a rule that I have to watch the entire video to comment.
Hmm.
But liking's a different story. If someone says hit that like to live up for another day, I'm gonna hit that like button.
Really? So you're one of those people that just follows what they say, like, oh, better hit that like button.
And if
Everyone's doing it.
but mostly if it's a furry YouTuber, I'll just hit like regardless.
Mm.
You know,
I don't
supporting the
really.
community, except Genesius Wolf. I could care less about that guy.
You don't like Genesius?
No, not really. No, I just don't like hearing about religion on my timeline.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Genesius's brand of religion.
It's like basically like the way I see religion. This is such a controversial fucking topic. Oh God.
Uh-huh.
The way I see religion, it's like if I said to you, "Hey, Kothorix, I just I just ran 10 miles in 3 seconds. You have to believe me. You have to have faith that I did that.
Right, yeah.
You need you have to have faith in me that I just ran 10 miles in about 3 seconds."
And then get super pissed off when I say that I don't believe you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I wrote it in a book, therefore it has to be true.
Yeah, you
See?
have to have faith in it. Was it science fiction?
Yeah.
God.
Religion is I used to be religious, but even when I was religious, I wasn't like super religious because I still had my doubts. I was like,
Same.
okay, I was raised on these beliefs, so I kind of they're like embedded in me.
Hmm.
But then, I would always question them, like, wait a second, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, the biggest thing for me when I was younger is, my parents never, like, lied to me and told me Santa Claus or Easter Bunny or anything like that was real.
Same.
So, when I was younger, I was like, well, if all that shit isn't real, then, why
This can seem
why
real
is Jesus real? Because it's, like, just as fantastical,
as as everything else that kids know. It's like
Hmm.
he's just as fantastical as the Tooth Fairy is, as you were saying. But like, if you ask speaking of that, it's like if you ask Amazon Alexa, the most radical fucking AI I can think of, and you ask her about Muhammad, she'll give you the whole story about Muhammad. But then when you ask her about Jesus, she just goes, "Jesus is a fictional character," turns off, and that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not
Holy
even
shit.
fucking with you. It's so fucking
Wow.
funny. It's so it's so bad though. It's like
Yeah, that's super bizarre.
yeah,
I don't know what it is about people in Islam that they're like they think they need to defend Islam and be like, oh no, Islam's a perfect magical religion. We can't talk bad about it. It's like, why Islam and not like any other religion?
in my view, it's because it's kind of like how you have to cheer on your dictator if you live in North Korea. It's because you're afraid of it a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's definitely part of it. People are afraid of it and they don't. It's kind of a funny dynamic though because people are afraid of it and that's why they don't make fun of it. You're absolutely right.
But the most things
A
that we
lot of
hear,
people, the media and the government are afraid of it, right? So they
oh
don't
yeah,
talk shit about it, and then they kind of pressure other people not to talk shit about it, and then it's kind of like the whole mindset. You have this whole group of people who don't talk shit about Islam, and they don't know why, but they just know that if they do, they'll be ostracized from their group. So they
yeah,
don't talk shit about it. When in reality, the reason that people originally weren't talking shit about it is because they were afraid of it.
yeah. fear controls people. It's false evidence
Mhm.
that appears real. That's what I call fear. FEAR. False evidence appears real.
Oh, wow. Well, look at you
Yeah.
with your smart
I'm Mr. Smart Man. I'm Mr. Jewish Smart Man Sheckelstein here coming at you with some.
Sheckelstein. Are you Jewish?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm part of the
Now, do
most
you
passive aggressive religion in fucking
passive aggressive?
history.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand is why people are so hate or people are like super accepting and of Islam. They hate Christianity, and then they're like kind of neutral on Judaism,
Yeah.
right? It's very strange. They're like basically the same religions.
Yeah, pretty. It's basically a lot of things copied off of Judaism when you think about
Yeah,
it.
Judaism. Yeah, I know. That's the weird thing.
It's
Like,
the
if you're gonna be
OG.
religious, like follow Judaism. It's like the most legit fucking religion. Like, what the oldest, I think, oldest that we know of.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Religion. Every Christianity, Catholicism, um, Islam is all just rebranding of Judaism. It's a continuation of Judaism. It's all based on the same thing. That's why you get people talk about all the heinous shit in Islam. The people who aren't afraid of Islam.
yeah.
Uh, People talk about the heinous shit in Islam, um, but that's the same. That's from the Torah, which is the same in Judaism and
Yeah.
Christianity.
It's the
It's all the same
it's
thing.
the OG Holy Bible.
The old exactly old Holy Bible.
Yeah,
Now, so are you like a practicing Jew, or are you just saying like by blood basically?
by blood. But like,
Okay.
I will go to temple
Uh-huh.
sometimes because temple's a lot of fun sometimes. I'll tell you, it's pretty fun, and they don't beg me for my fucking money, which is great because I'm a
Oh.
college student and
Mm.
I'm stingy with my money. I'm also Jewish, so no one wants to be, and no one is giving away their shekels to me. Uh, but like I'll maybe go on like Yom Kippur and like once every Friday when I just want to eat challah or something
Uh-huh.
and like talk to my rabbi because he's cool. But like it's
Right.
probably the most accepting religion I've seen in my entire life.
Uh-huh.
It's like I asked
Really.
my rabbi, it's like, what do you think about gay people? And he's like, you could be what you want. I have a lot of gay friends. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And it's like, how about weed? Oh, weed? It's great. It's like, why are people hating on it? It's a
Yeah.
plant.
So as far as like Judaism goes, I mean, I don't know much about it other than that it's kind of had its own like reformation, right? Because
Mhm.
you guys don't follow the well, don't follow. Well, I'll just say you don't follow the Torah as strictly as
Yeah, yeah.
Islam
It's
does.
more of like stories and like what's happened in our
Hmm.
ancestry more than like these are rules that we have to follow by, except kosher, but like it's not really required.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of religions do that too. They'll pick like one thing, like the whole kosher thing. Pick like one thing, and that's like what you focus on, even though there's all kinds of other things
Yeah,
that are like, why not those other things? Why this one specific thing?
yeah. And it's like a lot of Judaism is based off of history too. I mean, I
Hmm.
guarantee some of it's fabulism, right? I guarantee some
Yeah.
of it isn't real, but like a lot of it is like, Egyptians, things like that. It's all a lot of facts. It's a lot of things that actually happened. But like compared to like a, but yeah, there's a lot of fake shit. I guarantee the burning bush wasn't a fucking thing. But like still,
Well, he may have been high on peyote or something.
yeah, he might have been fucking riggedy wrecked, son.
You got it. You always want to. Or wasn't Moses like wandering around the desert for a few days without food and water when he saw the burning
Yeah,
bush? So he's kind of like delirious as shit to begin
yeah,
with.
he's totally out of his fucking brains.
So
My
yeah,
man,
that's
high as fuck.
now in Judaism, is the Torah the only thing you follow, or do you have like other texts that you?
That's pretty much what we follow because that is like the biggest book that we have. I mean,
Uh huh.
that is pretty much all that I've read. So like I barely fucking
Okay.
read it, but like I would sit and listen when I was a kid, and it was actually fun to listen to because some of the stories were awesome. They were actually like
Hmm.
interesting to listen to, you know.
Hmm.
But that's pretty much the main thing that like diehard Jews follow.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting that we have so we have Judaism follow the Torah, and we have Christianity, which basically
Also
follows the New
Torah,
Testament.
that basically follows it.
Well, yeah. Well, Christianity kind of ignores the Old Testament, or I
Yeah,
guess what Jews would call the Old Covenant,
I think
right?
I think that's what it's called. I'm not very sure.
Yeah. So the Old Covenant. and they follow the New Testament and kind of ignore the Old Testament. But then Jews only follow the Torah, so there's like a whole like giant chunk of the Bible that no one cares about.
Yeah.
It's a very strange thing.
I mean, that is religion. It's a strange field to be in on. There's a lot going on.
Hmm.
It's crazy. And there's some like I don't want to get more into this. It's like so much, and it's like I only know so much about religions.
Hmm. That's fine. We'll move on to something else.
We can talk about lesbian dance theory.
Lesbian dance theory. I mean, if you're doing like lesbian dance theory, if you're doing
It's like what?
what they call like student films, that's like pretty much the lesbian dance theory, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm making a student film right now, which is gonna be.
Uh-huh.
It's like I'm in a documentary class, and he's like, okay, you are making a cinema verite style documentary, which means that you
Hmm.
don't really interview, you just document what's happening around you for that kind of theme. So like a
Hmm.
lot of documentaries with the ethics of documentary is that it's called the do no harm rule. It's where the directors have a religious commitment to not cause harm to their subjects after the creation and publication of the film. Their goal is to make sure that their lives aren't affected by the film in a bad way. In a better way is okay, but if it's affected in a bad way, where, for example, they make someone who's innocent, who is called a serial killer, look guilty just through editing, they kind of break the rule of do no harm. Because in the end, when making a film documentary, the editor has the most power. When
Hmm.
when you think about it, because I guarantee I could download one of your videos and re-edit it to make you sound like you like Genesius Wolf. I could basically turn your videos into a
Oh.
pro Genesius Wolf video.
Well, I mean, like to be honest, I'm friends with Genesius Wolf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, we talk. I'm gonna have him on the podcast
Oh,
eventually.
cool. Okay, looks like I'm talking shit. And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Genesius.
No, no, I talk shit about him too. I mean, he talks shit about me. He makes tweets all the time,
Fucking
talking
nerd.
shit about me. I don't care. I guess we both just kind of don't care.
Yeah, fuck you,
But
Kothorix, you nerd. Big fucking nerd.
so blue scaly vagina is the preferred
Loose,
insult.
loose scaly vagina. I don't know. That actually
Yeah.
sounds kind of appealing.
I know, right?
Whoa. Did you have my attention?
So like you want okay, we can get down into like the furry drama because people love to hear about that
Ooh,
shit.
okay.
So what are some
I got some.
some
I got something for you, man.
okay, you got something? What is
I'm
it?
already hyped. Okay, so there is this kid, right? I have a lot of beef with this nerd. His name is Glitch,
Oh, glitch.
and
Yeah, yeah, okay.
and like he's basically a fucking carbon copy of me. Like if you
Mhm.
look at any of his videos, like he made a podcast thinking that he could do it like me, and it just went to utter shit. It got like 30 fucking dislikes and like 5 likes. It went to
Mhm.
hell. And like he he's been making up all these accusations about me, and he actually tried to hire someone to kill me. Not even
What?
kidding. Like a lot of people were telling me that because I barely talk to him anymore. He like basically thinks I hate him when like I never had
Mhm.
any problem with him. It's like for some reason I'm his competition and he has to get rid of me. So there's kind of shit like that happened and etc. But he just tortures people. And if you go into his Discord server and shit like that, I was in his Discord server. His Discord server is so fucking controlled. Like he micromanages every single thing that happens in that. He has nothing else to do but to micromanage his Discord server. And like if one person insults one person, boom, they're banned, fucking out of there. You know?
Oh, wow.
like like he is so nitpicky about everything he does. We were friends in the past, and we were cool. And then for some reason, he just starts hating me. He just starts despising me.
Mhm.
And like,
Well, like what does he say about you?
he used to call me a copy of him because he made his persona before I did, even though I never met him at that time. Um,
Mhm.
he usually claims that like I steal his content when I don't even fucking watch his content. I could care less about it.
Mhm.
And he just tries to slander me and just make people hate me in general.
Huh.
I'm assuming he's done with it. He's done, but his entire server hates me. It's like they're like the Rhyogen hate group, and I'm just like, I got the glitch hate group, and it's fucking bigger. Get out of here, kid. You know? But like, he's just a fucking hassle, and he would raid my streams and fucking bot raid my
Raid your
and he
streams.
would bot raid my fucking videos with comments. Like we are, he did this one to. It said we are one person OWO, and it just he like dislike spammed me and fucking comment botted me, and it caused so many fucking problems with my channel. It's fucking annoying. I reported them to YouTube and they took care of it, but like, really, dude, like you aren't a smart person. It's not hard to
You
tell
know,
if it's a bot. It's,
you know it was him for sure.
I'm pretty damn sure because that was like in the middle of our beef. And
Mm,
someone was whistleblowing to me about him botting. So
mm. Well, when I have him on here, I'll ask him about that.
that would be nice to know
When I think Rices has made some videos about Glitch too.
because I would like to be friends with I would like to be friends with him again. I don't have any problems with him, but I don't know what's up with him with me. You know,
Hmm.
I'm always open to make amends, but some people aren't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like to be honest. I don't watch a lot of people's content anymore because I don't have time. So I don't know. I haven't compared your content and his content to even see like what's similar. But I mean, it would make sense if you had similar content anyway because you're both furries, right?
Yeah.
Talking about furry uh, drama and shit. I mean, like think of how many fursuiting channels there are that are all pretty much the same. Like they
Oh yeah.
are in their fursuit, just kind of being silly or opening boxes or I don't even know what
Being
else.
child friendly.
Being child friendly, yeah. I mean, so there are all kinds of channels that are. There's so many channels that are like me and Spockter. Now he talks about different things, but the style of our videos is like almost the same.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of content similar to yours, but you have your own way of making your videos where like I can
Hmm.
actually sit and enjoy them. A lot of them I can't really get through a lot of them, you know, because yours are more appealing to the eye. I also like blue a lot, so that also helps. Uh,
Oh yeah, blue is like a calming color.
yeah, but like these are only accusations from me to him, but like at least I'm not calling him out for rape or anything, you know. But like,
He called you out for
no,
rape?
no, no. I say at least I'm not making accusations like that, like fucking big ones.
Okay.
Like his podcast, like exact same look as mine, where like he puts characters everywhere in the same area, and he tried so hard to make it sound good, but it was just a bunch of crackling and talking shit about me. And that's pretty much it.
Well,
That was pretty much it.
I'll have to ask him about that when he comes on here and see what his side of the story is.
Yes, because I would like to hear it, and hopefully we can hashtag end the beef.
Hashtag in the
Yes,
beef.
hashtag no beef,
I mean,
boys.
what? Why would you want to though? I mean, like that's good for views, making videos back and forth about how you hate each other.
I'm not really into that because I would much rather make friends than make enemies.
Yeah, but friends don't get as many views.
I know I could really care less though.
I'm just fucking with you, man. Like, Jesus. I
I've
mean,
had a
like
long
it's
day.
correct,
I've
but
had
I'm
a
not
long day.
saying that you should.
I've been through a lot today. It's yeah,
Uh-huh.
fucking near failing a class because it's the worst class ever, all that kind of shit. But yeah,
Uh,
I get the joke though.
yeah. No, I mean, yeah. It's funny because it's like a joke. It's a fun joke, but it's also true. So it's like, oh,
It's
well.
like that. It's like that more of like that confusing moment. It's like how do I react to it?
Okay, I guess a little bit of beef. I guess I've had with people are it was QQ, the owner of the alt furry Discord,
Mm-hmm.
called me out. He said it was painfully enlightened centrist
Mm-hmm.
or some shit like that. And I'm thinking like, okay, I guess, but why is that a bad thing? Why is it an insult to call me that? Like, he doesn't fall into extremism and hate people. Get him. Like what the fuck? What does that even mean?
That makes no sense. That's basically like it's like I don't know how to say it. It's like basically being a hypocrite in a way. It's like she's hating or he or she, I don't fucking
Hmm.
hating on you and it's like, oh, he doesn't hate on people. Get him. I hate on people. I'm cool. I'm edgy. I talk shit.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I mean that's the yeah, a lot of the people in the alt furry side of
Oh,
things are like edge lords. So
little school shooting jokes are funny.
I mean that's the thing. I don't care what they do in there. I'm not. That's the problem that the far left has with them is that it's like, well, they make all these jokes that are like really inappropriate, but it's like it's in their own server. Like they have a server to make those kinds of jokes. Like you can't really blame them for that. Like what's the problem with that? You go into a place with your group of friends and make
Hate speech.
racist jokes or whatever. Like that's
As long as you're not
who
spreading it, I
cares,
don't really care. As long as it's not
right?
affecting my life.
I mean, I think that's what they think is that it does affect their life because you're like, oh, you're you're drawing kids into it's like indoctrinating them into this hateful group or something.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe, but I mean, it's I think they know that they're jokes, and a lot of them are kids, so it's like by the time they get to 25 years old, they're gonna
Realize.
not be doing that anymore.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
hopefully they're not gonna make the next. What was that? What was that protest? Charlottesville. They're not gonna make the next Charlottesville.
Hmm.
But like, I actually remember. Speaking of alt furries, I actually got access to an alt furry server in Discord, and I was gonna like slowly document and gain intel, like a
Well,
like
I
a
think you have
double
plenty of people
agent,
already doing
and
that.
like I was
Yeah.
gonna make a full video on it with like voice recordings and text logs and things like that, and I was gonna like basically full
Hmm.
out expose the all furry community, but then they found out I was Ryogen because they heard my voice, and then they fucking banned me.
Hmm. Well, they've invited me to their server and their TeamSpeak and everything. But it's just like, uh, I don't really have a lot of interest in being on there
Yeah,
because I know what it is. I know some of the people on there. I've seen the like screenshots of their conversations. I know that half the channels are just kids making, like Jew oven jokes or whatever.
yeah.
So it's like I don't really have any interest in that. Like, and I have my own server. My Discord server has like 700 people on it, and I have to manage that, which is a pain in the ass because there's always constant drama. Like, I don't want to be in another Discord that's full of drama and people trolling and shit.
I
Like,
get that.
I just don't have a lot of interest in it. Now I will talk to QQ or whoever, maybe Lynn Gilbert. I don't know. I don't know about him. Maybe on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to bring in people that are. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like
I mean,
I, I
is it a
want to
risk worth
bring in.
taking?
Well, I don't know if it's. I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of comes down to that. It's like I want to have podcasts with whoever, right? Like I talk to Dio Devil,
Hmm.
I talk to Lynn Gilbert, I talk to Foxler, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what people
Once.
want because I think that they like when I'm like kind of political or talking about political stuff. I don't know if they want a podcast that's just like hardcore arguing the entire
Yeah,
time.
you're not fucking drama alert. Leave
Right.
Keemstar to do that, or I might just make a furry drama alert and I'll just start doing that on my own.
Hmm.
No one take that idea.
Yeah.
Whoever's watching this, don't take that idea. That's fucking my idea. That's
But
intellectual property, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, and the thing is, like, I'm not super good at arguing a lot of this stuff to begin with because I'm not like really knowledgeable. All of my Now, I had a lot of friends who were in like Gamergate, and I have a lot of friends who are religious. So all of my group, even though I'm not religious and I don't really consider myself conservative, like almost everyone I know is. So I really only have information from that perspective, and I'd like to have information from the more left leaning
Yeah.
side, but I just find that they aren't as talkative about it. Or I mean, they'll be sure to like call you out on shit and troll you, but I haven't really found people to actually have conversations with. Like I've contacted Dio, but she never responded to me.
Yeah.
Whereas QQ asked to be on the podcast, or at least one of QQ's friends, and I was like, sure. So
Yeah. As long as you're not
you know,
like, requesting and people like say, hey, I want to be on the podcast. And it's like regardless of your beef, just like I think I asked to come on the podcast, I think like a while back.
it seems harder to talk to the left than it does to the right. Even the people on the left that I do talk
Hmm.
to tend to be a little more vitriolic, I guess. Even if I do find someone, there's only one person I know of that's actually, like a far left person who talks to me and frequently debates me. Even if I do talk to them, it's not a good argument. It always turns into kind of like
So like,
if they're wrong about something, they redirect the conversation to make me look like a bad guy in another way. So we don't really debate anything. It's just like
it's just a pissing match.
a just a contest to see who can make the other person look more bad. I had a debate with a person recently, and it was about how Twitter is what Twitter is basically doing is making it so that they can ban you for things you do off of their website. And the way they're doing this is you have to allow them to. I don't know how it works 'cause I don't know computers very well. Look at your cookies or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Basically, they can see your internet history. They can see where you've been. And if you've been to sites that they don't like, they will ban you from
that's
Twitter.
so fucked.
Yeah, and so I have evidence of this, right? They've basically said it. They've said, look, we're gonna ban people for stuff they do off the website. In their rules, they say you have to have cookies enabled. Well, I mean that's really all you need, right?
Yeah, and then they could pretty much see most of what you do.
Right. So the implication is that they can do that if they want. They've already said they're gonna ban you from for stuff that you do off the website and that they can see where you've been. So that's the implication. So basically they said that, and then this person was like, you're just, Twitter, they didn't say that. You're just like stirring, you're just causing drama. You're just like causing a panic. And I was like, well, look, here's the evidence. Like this is what they've said
Literally
basically.
in the
And they're like,
rules.
I said something they didn't like. I said, like, look, here's the evidence. You can connect the dots. And they're like, well, it just shows you don't have it just shows that you're making logical leaps when you say connect the dots. And I was like, okay, well, right. Well, if you don't believe that, even though I wasn't causing a panic, I was just stating something that I saw. And they're like, no, you were causing a panic, judging by the comments that people, uh,
Yeah,
gave. And so it's like, no matter what I said, it was like, oh, no, you're still bad for this other reason. I was like, okay, well, whatever. It's hard to debate someone like that because it's not that you can't win. It's
it's
that
the ignorance is bliss kind of feel. It's like,
it's just like I want to come to an agreement.
yeah,
I want the debate to end at some point. I don't want it to just go on and on because
it's just like a circle
they were
usually.
wrong about. Yeah, exactly. It's a circle. They were wrong about something, or so they were wrong about something, so then they try to make the argument about something else, and it's like, why can't we just talk about that one thing? Why does it always have to go to somewhere else? Like, even if you don't admit you're wrong, you can just say, well, I'm going to stick with my opinion,
Yeah,
and you can have yours. Like, we can agree to disagree, but instead, it's no, it's if they're wrong about something, they shift the argument. It's a moving target, and it's
yeah.
like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I'm not saying people on the right don't do the exact same thing. It's just, from my experience, the people on the left do that far more
It's really
often.
people in general. People want to be right. People want to believe that what
Hmm.
they see in life is true, and they'll pretty much
Hmm.
trying to hold it to themselves as much as possible. Even if they know they're wrong, they're going to put it in their minds that, oh no, he's wrong. He's just stirring up drama, as you said, or like stirring up some kind of problem. But I'm right because
Hmm.
I'm not causing issues or something. And it's just like, you know, not even politicians can debate maturely, like the most recent debates with Trump. Do you remember the Trump and Hillary debates? Like some at times, like
Uh-huh.
it was pretty childish, like saying that like you'd be in jail and shit like that. It's
Yeah.
like it's just human nature to basically talk smack and to believe that you're right. I mean, that's pretty much why politics exist.
Yeah, no, it's a total joke watching the politicians argue because it's the same exact thing. They're all children. Everyone's a child.
Yeah,
It's like people never grow up. They stay children forever. That's something that I've like realized more and more. As I've gotten older, it's like, oh, they never grow out of this shit. It's high school always.
hmm
But I don't know. That's why I just kind of want to not pick a side,
yeah,
really. People call me like, oh, you don't stand for anything. It's, well, yeah, I don't stand for anything because I don't really, because I see the wisdom in both sides.
yeah. True.
Like I can totally see the when it comes to like alt furry and antifa, right? They're like polar opposites. Now I can see why alt furry is like, no, you can't attack people for things they say, right? You can't physically hurt people for things they say. I totally get that, but I can also see the side from antifa where it's like, well, they are afraid that if they don't do that, then like Nazis will rule America and kill everyone that is non-white,
Yeah.
right? Like that's what if they actually believe that, then they're like trying to like save everybody or something. So I understand both sides of that
hmm
argument, but it's like I'm not going to take a side because it's like I understand both sides. I don't need to take a side. I mean, in that specific case, I do kind of take a side. I mean, I'm like anti-violence
Same. Same.
always, so
Yeah.
I guess that's a bad example because I do have a side in that, but
I
it's just
I've never really
yeah.
picked sides unless I totally agree with it. But like at least like people like the best way to debate is that if you're wrong, admit that you're wrong, you know? It shows
Hmm.
first of all that you're mature and that you're open to change your mind. That is what really makes like if we had a politician or someone in high power that can admit that they're wrong at times, that would change a lot when you think about it. It's like, hey, this isn't right. I should maybe change this. It might be a benefit, you know?
The problem with that is when someone in power, someone very like public, admits that they're wrong about
Hmm.
something, it's actually sometimes worse
Yeah.
than if they don't say anything. Because if you come out and say you're wrong about something, then you get all these hit pieces on you, like, oh, he admitted he's wrong. He's such a bad person. He did this wrong. Whereas if you don't say anything, then people can only speculate that you're wrong.
True.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So that's kind of the problem. But when it comes to like small, like not well-known people, like most YouTubers or just random people on Twitter, like yeah, just admit that you're wrong about something, I
Yeah.
guess.
But, in the end, like, no matter what you do, people are going to hate on you regardless.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Or at least admit that you need to learn more about the other side of the argument before you kind of take a firm stance. Like I said, I'm not anti-Antifa. I'm just
Hmm.
anti-violence. So Antifa, you can do what you want. You can do counter protests to like the alt-right protests. That's perfectly fine. Just don't like hit people with baseball bats and
Yeah.
things.
Because people who are angry and who are also disagreeing with you might end up being violent. That's just how people are.
Right. Well, that's what happened in
Exactly.
Charlottesville.
Yeah.
When you start the violence, it escalates to more violence, and eventually someone
Yeah.
dies.
And then it gets even worse in the eyes of the public. It kind of
Hmm.
makes both sides seem like the bad person in the end.
Right. Instead of having a legitimate like argument, everybody's just like, "Oh, you're terrorists."
Yeah, yo, you don't agree with me? I'm gonna beat you up.
Hmm.
It's like don't be a fucking asshead about it.
Right. Well, we're coming up on the hour mark here, so is there anything else that you want to talk about before we go?
Not really. I mean, we pretty much covered a lot of interesting topics, and I'm pretty content with
Hmm.
this.
Hopefully, we didn't sound too much like idiots, because there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, and I'll admit that I don't know everything about it. I just have like opinions based on my limited
Yeah,
knowledge.
but it was a lot of fun, and I think that is the most important thing.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun. So maybe, well, you do streams, you do gameplay streams,
Yeah,
right? If you're free at some point, I could invite you to like play a game with me on my stream, or or vice
we
versa.
we could do like a two-person stream, like I'm streaming too while you're also streaming, that kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
also a lot of
sure.
fun.
We could do that. I mean, that would kind of like split the audience. So, but because people would have to choose which
Oh,
one to
nobody
watch.
watches my streams. Don't worry about
Well,
it.
okay.
I'm just
But like yeah, we could do something. Like, what games do you have?
actually, let me tell you. Do you have Rainbow Six, PUBG?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Rainbow Six guy right now. Myself, I'm big into Rainbow Six.
Yeah, okay, we could play that. I have a lot of people who want to play that with me too, so we could have like a whole furry YouTuber
Squad.
streaming
We can
crew
we can just fucking
for
squad up.
yeah, and suck because I'm
I'm
bad at
so
the game
bad
and I'm gonna
too.
bring everyone
I'm
else
so
down.
bad too. Don't worry about it.
And PUBG, yeah, PUBG, I can't get to run on my computer right, which is really weird because everything else runs, like games that are way more intense than it run perfectly
Hmm.
fine, but I don't know what the fuck is the problem. I'm gonna try to. It's got to be like a setting or something, right? Because it can't be that the game is too intense for my
It could be a
PC.
bug with your CPU or your GPU. Like Rainbow Six on one of my friends' PCs, it's like because he has a certain because he has a certain processor, it doesn't work that well. So
Hmm.
it could be hard. It could be a hardware bug on PUBG's side, and
Hmm.
they just have to fix it. But it could also be a setting too. You never know.
Yeah, I think the game is just unoptimized. It's like Ark, right? Ark is not that intense of a game either, but it doesn't run with a shit on anyone's
Hmm.
PC because it's just unoptimized. It's just there's a lot of games that are like indie games or in early access that are not well optimized, so they don't run well even though they rightly should.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, let's plan on doing that sometime. Like contact me at some
of
point.
course. Yeah,
We'll do a stream together, play Rainbow Six or something. Anyway, so thanks for coming on,
dude.
and
Thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure talking to you, and
I will see you later. And everyone watching, see you all next
thank
time.
you for watching, guys. Peace.